today is Sunday, August 26th, and I sort of touched on working for the Cartwright woman as a nanny, and I will briefly just go over that and then move right into the rapes that occurred. And while I did go to college and quit my full-time job at CTR to go to college full-time, I did still take employment in the summers. One of my regular jobs in the summer was for a construction company, and that job I really enjoyed. They gave me a lot of freedom. I had full control of the office, and it was a small construction business, so it basically I did a light cleaning in the office, kind of kept it up a little bit, and then worked as the office manager. And I did that for about 3 summers in a row. This was a very good job until I got involved with the monks, and then I didn't realize that maybe the head secretary was still very loyal to her church because she was brought up Catholic, and I think she got a wrong impression about me, or someone shared something with her that made her really upset. So I didn't have a job after that, but I did maintain their office and kept it up while they were abroad, overseas, and I was the only person there. Another job that I had in the summer was for, actually I think it was while I was, no it was summer, was for Lauri Cartwright, and that was in 1998, so it was basically sometime after my job with the Rose family had ended. And it's sort of random how I got the job, but I won't go into that. She was coming up from Phoenix, Arizona. She was raised in the Midwest from what I remember. And she was a very tall, striking woman, extremely smart. I really respected her level of intelligence. I was very surprised at how smart she was. And she was a single mother, so I also respected that. I sort of enjoyed working for single moms because they seem to really appreciate, I mean, the married parents did as well, but single moms also really appreciated the help that they got with their kids, and so that was, it was a nice combination. I met her at a Starbucks, we hit it off, I was hired, and I started working as, not really a nanny, but more of kind of after school babysitting type of a thing, and it was only for that family. And during that time, I had another incident that had to do with, I think, military, some sort of military trigger, and it was while I was en route to taking her kids to school, and I actually went to have a CT exam because of it, because I didn't know what was going on. And then what was odd is that they never wanted to give me my own CT, so they never released it to me. And I really asked several times, and then all of a sudden they were telling me it disappeared. So again, this is another situation where, my records are just going somewhere, who knows, into the great black hole of the universe. And what I find, well, the job pretty much ended when she started bringing her boyfriend around, and then he became her fiance. He really didn't like me. I believe that he was connected to the FBI. I can't confirm that. It's a very strong hunch that I have. And I'm not sure why I had it even back then, but I just did. And he sort of flirted with me on one hand, but he was very calculating on the other hand. So it was almost like he was flirting and wanted to elicit a response from me and then use it against me. And she sort of changed her demeanor a little bit when she was around him. I think that I'm sure that since they ended up getting married, they were good for each other in some ways, but in other ways, I don't know. He was the best influence. I don't know if I should be saying that, because I'm sure that will be another huge bad mark against me. However, what I think is interesting is that years later in Washington, D.C., I met James Cartwright, and he was then the chief strategist for the Pentagon, and went out with him one night after talking at the pub that I worked at as a waitress or servant. And I never really connected the two at all, but actually they're from the same area. They're from the same state and town, maybe. And I don't know if they're possibly related. So I think that is really interesting. He sat at the bar. He didn't approach me. Another coworker that I was talked for, I think I asked him a few questions. I was very friendly with just anybody who came in, no matter who they were, typically. And I remember you, Soup Man. You know who you are, and I remember your finicky soup demands, which I thought were funny. Trying to keep up with these customers. Anyway, sorry, that was a side tangent, just in case you watched. But he was sitting at the bar. I was friendly with him. I was joking. I am very boring, I think, in all of these videos, and I really apologize for that, because I'd like to make it more interesting, but I'm not. It's just really not. I don't know how to be funny right now talking about some of these things. However, when I felt a little freer, I think my sense of humor comes out a lot, and sometimes I surprise myself, and I was making him laugh, just being goofy about different things, and joking around. And then the coworker said, I think he's probably just said straight out, this is the chief strategist. I said, so what do you do? And typically I didn't even ask my customers. I had a rule of not asking them, the people that came in, what they did, because I felt that it didn't matter what they did. If they're coming in for a drink, they should just be treated for who they are and what they want, and who cares what they did. That doesn't matter if they work as a janitor, doesn't matter if they work in a top office. So I sort of broke my little rule of asking what he did, but I guess I was curious. And then my coworker told me straight out what it was, and I had no idea what that was. So, I mean, I was oblivious. So what's that? I have no knowledge, especially then, of rankings in the military whatsoever. So it wasn't like I was impressed or overly trying to impress him for any reason. And I think that that's when he liked me a little bit, was because I didn't know, and I didn't treat him differently just because of what his rank and position was. And So anyway, then I went out with him, and what I did think was a little odd is I think that he did know that I had microchip implants, or that he felt that the room was bugged or something. Probably both. And the room was filled with military backpacks everywhere. Tons and tons and tons of military gear. In this hotel that was very close to the White House. And I felt that during the time with him, he said a few things that were kind of calculated to, like, as in knowing that there was something being recorded, and almost sort of making me sound bad and weak in a way. Kind of bringing up that he was married later, but acting like I had done something wrong for some reason. So I'm not really sure whose side he was on. I don't know. But he is James Cartwright from Midwest, and I found out that he's from the same area that Lauri Cartwright is from. So that's true, and I worked for relatives. And relatives are connected to military, possibly CIA. She's going to Phoenix, Arizona, maybe. Big base there. And possibly FBI, and I didn't really think she was in the FBI quite as much as I thought that her fiancé was. For some reason. And he did not like me. I think he really worked against me, and I believe he's Catholic. So, that's the whole Cartwright thing. I'm not going to go into details more than I have about what happened, or what we talked about, that kind of thing. It doesn't really matter. And I'm trying to remember if I got this job with her. I think I got this job with her before I was raped by Josh Gatov. I was in college in 1998. And the rape happened in July, and I believe that my summer job ended with her around that time. But what I mainly wanted to talk about is rape and date rape and the definitions of those things. And I've really been whacked. I mean, whacked upside the head, whacked straight shooting across the room. To give you some figurative language as to how I've been treated for trying to report something that was very harmful to me and was violent and disrespectful. And I feel like in response, it's sort of a figurative, but what was done with writing me up as in discrediting me was kind of like being thrown across the room and dismembered. You could say I've been dismembered from society in the sense that they made me sound so horrible that people began to distance themselves from me.